So you guys, I can't believe I'm actually pulling out this palette. I've had this since 2014 when I first started makeup school. I think it's like one of the first like high-end products I ever bought for myself. This is the Smashbox Masterclass Palette 2. I believe they have a new one out this year. I think they come out with one every year. But look at this. It's so used and abused. And the sheet's even falling off. So I'm just going to rip this off. It does have all the shade names on it though, so I will keep that on hand so I can let you know what shades I'm using. But it comes with 28 shadows, 4 cream liners, 5 blushes, and 1 bronzer, and then 2 highlights. As you guys can see, this one completely fell out. It's probably whatever's in this the little backbone of the palette. But yeah, I used to love this palette so much. I'm really sad that the color Linen, which it used to be right here, fell out because this is like the perfect brow bone highlight, but we'll make it work without it. So yeah, I'm gonna jump right in. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna take the shade Sable, which is this shade right here. I'm gonna place that all over the upper crease area. This was a staple in my makeup kit when I used to freelance. I used to use it on everybody. It's mostly a cool tone palette, which I really like. Lately, I've been really into the warm tone neutrals, but this is really nice for cool tones, and you can make, with 28 shadows, you can make a lot of, you can do a lot with this. Actually, this whole palette, if they still made this, if you were to go out on vacation, this whole palette, if you were into the cool tones, would be the only thing you really needed for your whole vacation or trip or whatever it is that you're doing. This has definitely been one of my favorites in the past. And I can't believe I'm just now pulling, I don't even know. I think it's been a couple of years since I pulled this out, which is really sad. I really, really love this palette. So now I'm going to take my new Morphe E28. This came in my Morphe Me unboxing, which I will have up next Wednesday for whatever Wednesday. And let's see. Let's take this shade right here, which is Java. Oh, look how dark that is, you guys. These colors are very pigmented, so you don't need a lot. Oh, okay. I guess we're going with a smoky look today. As usual, I don't really have a look plan. I'm just going to wing it based on what moves me in the palette. But yeah, you guys, look at that. If you like cool tone colors, oh, I really wish this was still out because you guys would love this so much. It's definitely the perfect cool tone palette. That is a strong crease. I'm going to go back in with that E28 and go back into Sable. I'm going to blend out that crease a little bit, even it out, get rid of any harsh lines. Yeah, I could be boring and just go in with one of the cream shades all over my lid. But I want to have fun. I want to show you guys this palette. So I just got whatever stuck in here all over my shirt. Ugh. Okay. So I've been really into greens lately, so I'm going to go into this shade, which is Serpent. Oh, and I just dug my nail to it, and it looks like that. You guys. Oh, if greens are your thing right now, this is so pretty. I hate that I'm showing you a palette that's not available anymore because I feel like a lot of people really love this palette. I'm going to take this Urban Decay flat paddle brush. I'm going to go into Serpent. I'm going to pat that all over the lid. I think this is one of those shades that you kind of need to do with your finger or with a wet brush or with a sticky base underneath and more pat it on as opposed to swiping it on. But it's a really gorgeous color. You guys. Oh my goodness. I love this color so much. It's so pretty. It does have a little bit of glitter reflect in it, but not a lot. So it's mostly a matte color. I don't see a lot transferring onto the lid. It's just enough to give that little bit of a sheen. Why did I ever put you away? That's why I really wanted this series, is because there's so many palettes that we forget about that we used to love. And I would have never remembered this palette or even looked at it. Because I mean, I see it all the time in makeup drawer, but I'm like, I don't want to use it today. I have a new palette to use. So I think this is a good way to really like, okay, I did get sloppy down there. It was me, not the palette's fault. All right. Oh, just love that color. I'm just gonna go back into Sable, blend everything out again, because I did get a little sloppy. So just for a little pop of color and dimension in the middle of the eye, I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is called Peacock. You guys. Oh, look at that. So I'm just gonna pop that into the center of the lid, doing kind of a fake halo eye. Not really. Just a little color to make it pop a little bit. Gorgeous. So I'm just gonna take whatever's left on this brush and kind of diffuse the edges a little bit. Let's see. Let's go into the shade Flirt right here. And I'm going to take this little pencil brush. I'm going to place it onto the inner corner just to open it up a little bit. So now I'm going to take this little flat definer brush from e.l.f. I think I got this in a holiday collection a few years ago. But I'm going to take, let's go in with, let's just go back into Peacock again, just to kind of tie it all together. And we're going to push that onto the lower lash line. And I'm going to take this pencil brush, the E36 from Morphe, and I'm going to go back into Sable. I'm going to blend out Peacock on that lower lash line. Alright, so let's move on to this side of the palette. I've actually only used the black cream liner. I don't know if these are any good anymore because they've been sitting so long. They're pretty dry. Actually, they're not. What? You guys. Oh, this purple one might be dry. I'll dig into it a little bit. Okay. So these are all of the cream liners. This one is bronze, this one is midnight purple, this one is Picasso, and this one is caviar. Ooh, wow, those were really creamy. Okay, so let's see. Let's take this PK45, and I'm gonna be boring, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go into caviar, which is right here. So let's see. Oh, this brush might be too thick for a liner, but let's just roll with it. It's just makeup, right? So I'm just gonna line my upper lash line. Now, as the saying goes, you guys, do as I say, not as I do. You really shouldn't be using cream products after, what is it, 3 to 6 months, because they are no longer safe to use. If I wasn't doing this tutorial, I wouldn't be using these cream liners, but they're actually working really well for being that old. So just know you're really not supposed to be using cream liners or cream products after a certain point. If I have pink eye in one of my next videos, you guys will know why. Okay, my wings aren't perfect. That's why I never really do wings on my channel. So ignore my terrible wings, but you see how creamy that gel liner, or that cream liner was? Okay, so the lashes are on, so now we're going to move on to the face products. I'm going to go into the shade Suntan, which is the only bronzer in this palette. And I'm just going to bronze up my face. I'm not even going to attempt to tell you what brush I'm using, because I feel like I give you guys a different number every time. So one day I'll figure it out. I feel like this is one of those bronzers that look really light in the pan, but it shows up really nicely on the skin, and you can build it up really nicely too. So now I'm gonna take my PK4 brush. 4 out of the 5 blushes have shimmer on them, and this one is the only matte one, which is Geranium. And typically I stay away from shimmery blushes, but I'm really loving Warm Apricot, so I'm gonna dip into that one. Yeah, see how much of a sheen it has, and that's why I avoid shimmery blushes, because I feel like they tend to accentuate my pores. But this color is really pretty, so I really wanted to use it. So I'm just gonna keep it towards the back of my cheekbones. Now we're gonna go into the only highlight shade that I have left. This one is called Lens, and look how big that pan size is. I think it's gonna pair really perfect on top of Warm Apricot. You guys. Oh, Why did I ever put this palette away? Seriously. It is amazing. So the only thing this palette doesn't come with are lip products. Since I have such a bold lid going on, I'm just going to go with my Mega Last Liquid Catsuit by Wet n Wild. And this is in the shade Give Me Mocha. I'm just going to place that onto my lips. And I'm just going to lock everything in with my Urban Decay All Nighter. And this is the final look, you guys. I can't believe how much I've missed this palette, you guys. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I ever even forgot about it. I used to use the color Aubergine, which is this shade right here, so much. It used to be my go-to color for so many things. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's like a lilac-y purple with some pink reflect in it. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's absolutely gorgeous all over the lid. This green color Serpent is so my kind of color right now. And Peacock on the center and the lower lash line, gorgeous as well. And the face products, I mean, look at the highlight, you guys. Need I say more? It is what it is. I love this palette so much. So that is all I have for you guys for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed this because, I don't know, finding an old love is almost like getting a new present all over again that you forgot you had. So don't forget to enter my giveaway. It ends 1 week from today at midnight. So if you haven't entered, make sure you go and enter for a chance to win one of 2 Morphe palettes. I will leave the link to the giveaway down below, and I'll also enter a card right here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like button if you did. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Enter the giveaway if you haven't entered already, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye, guys.